To all my little kittens out there, I hope you have your mittens. It is time for the second quest of Act 1, The Legacy of Cain, with our hardcore barbarian on normal difficulty. Are you ready to do it? Let's do it. Do it, Pruitt.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, but now he's dead.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Oh, we got our first mission, The Legacy of Cain. Go to the old ruins.
When Leah told us the dead were pouring out of the cathedral, we quickly went to put an end to it. At first it seemed we were succeeding, but they just kept coming. We were overcome. Captain Dalton and the men fought valiantly. They protected me. I am no soldier. I was a farmer. I should not have been out there with them. I do not know how I made it back here. None of the others did. Now, somehow, I'm supposed to lead the militia. I volunteered to help because it seemed the right thing to do. But I'm no leader of men.
You are filled with fear. You must lead from strength.
That's a simple thing for you to say. You were born to fight monsters like the risen dead. Me? I'm just a farmer.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon.
Now that someone like you has come, we have a chance.
Did you hear what happened to Cain? Poor Leah.
It's a shame that bard got himself eaten. I could do with some music right now.
Gates might fall at any second. You want a pretty song?
Can you think of a better time?
Everyone's so gloomy around here. You'd think the dead was eating people alive or something. Oh, wait.
Just my luck. My business is the only thing not rising from the dead in this town.
This is my room. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
A miracle has happened. A hero, like one out of Uncle Deckard's tales, appeared and saved us. I know in my heart that my uncle still lives, and I pray that the hero will bring him home safely. It doesn't feel right being in Uncle Deckard's room when he's not here.
Use the
I've got some
waypoint.
brand new goods you might be interested in.
As sad as it is for the girl, for all of us, Leah must accept that the old man is dead. No one's surviving what's out there.
You don't know that.
Found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Hey, should I? Oh, that's nice. Do we have enough for it? Darn it. Do you know? Let's make some more money first. We're gonna get better stuff. We'll start picking stuff up. We should anyhow.
Here, let me open the gate.
The old Tristram Gate.
Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her.
Hut.
She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
We found Adria's hut. Now we have to search Adria's
A hidden
hut.
cellar. Follow me.
My mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here. But whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
We reached another level. Let's see. Oh, this is nice. Reduces cooldown of all skills by 5% and 2 to 3 damage. Take it. And we got better gloves. 2% attack speed and 4 life per hit. Nice. That's a better chest space. It's 4 life per second. Nice. And that one's better. Ooh, 4 life per second and 3 life after each kill. Nice, nice. And our skills, what did we unlock? Oh, we got a new R2 secondary, which is Rend. Wound nearby enemies and cause them to bleed for 5 seconds. Try it out. Oh, you don't have to tap the X button and hold it down. Push the other buttons at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Another poor soul. Still recharging. Tristram Cathedral. The fallen star lies within.
That is why I like to see.
In the eastern kingdom of Khezistan, I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
Okay, so you push that to get into the map, and L1 and R1 to go back and forth between the map of the area you're in and the world act map. And then B is to get out of them. We don't have a B, what is it, O?
This is where the star fell.
Oh, 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 oh. 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 Watch out. Oh. Crap. No, he just fell in the house. And he was on the TV and he was on the ground. And I think the wall. Poor baby. What are you? Who's that? It's my Ruby kitten. You have a Ruby kitten? Please don't drink all my soda.
I saw your live video.
What?
I saw your live video.
Huh?
I saw your live broadcast.
Did Nani take my lighter? Bless it. Go get my lighter from Non, please. sorry about that long intermission. If you guys are rewatching it, hopefully you just fast forwarded through it. Now, back to our quest. So remember what we were doing.
Little box. How'd you get your YouTuber profile on your channel? Huh?
What, son?
How'd you get your YouTube profile on here?
I started a new one.
For your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked it up for your really good YouTube channel, right? You guys know it's not called Red Fox. Like my mom did the kittens, covered again. Mine's SBC Gaming 207.
We thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
Funny though, huh?
Need more time.
What'd you say?
Do it. How the heck?
Vulkatos guides my hand.
Why? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm going to screenshots. Click on screenshots.
Why? Honey, I'm in the middle of a
Can you go to
broadcast. No.
I want to show you a funny one that I drew today.
Well, you can... Later. I'm doing a playthrough.
Smile on me.
There's for the next level. You reach the checkpoint, but you missed a whole section. So let's go get it. What kind of walkthrough playthrough would this be if I left entire sections undone?
I will enjoy this.
And I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Now we could. Oh, nope, we still missed a spot. Gosh darn it. A little bit further. It was well worth it.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it. instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
Searching for signs of Deckard Cain. There's passage.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this ledge hold. The skeleton king?
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Stay back! Oh, thank you. But why did you risk yourself for me?
I have need of your knowledge, Deckard Cain. Leah will be happy that you live.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Hey, baby, just a second. Sir Cain.
I have honored my pledge to Leah and rescued Cain. All that stands between me and the mystery of the fallen star is the Skeleton King, whose return has again darkened Tristram.
Talk to Leah. Okay, let me check out, see if there's another book yet. Maybe I should talk to her first, and then check for books and stuff. Yeah.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Time is running short. What can you tell me of the fallen star?
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Checkpoint reached. Oh, we got a trophy. A mystical meeting.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
A sad tale, but I seek the fallen star, and he stands in my way.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts. Leah, you should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Zakarum tomes warn of a falling star. The Herodric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies, the prophecy of the end days, says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
I think we got our third quest.
I am the last of the Herodrim. I couldn't always claim this. In fact, if I had turned to the Herodric teachings sooner, Diablo could have been stopped before his reign of terror began.
You cannot believe this.
When the first signs appeared, I did nothing. I had shrugged the old tales off like they were so much fantasy. And Tristram, no, the world has paid dearly for my arrogance. I have tried to make up for my failings. Leah and I have spent her lifetime scouring the world, collecting pieces of the prophecy of the end days. If I can decipher it, we will have the key to defeating the Lords of Hell.
You and Leah seem to care much for each other.
I do not know what my life would have been like had I not raised her. Oh, it must have been difficult for Leah, following an old man on a mad search for the secrets to defeating the Lords of the Burning Hells. But though she has seen her share of mysterious things, she is still unsure of my quest. I can understand. She has never seen anything like Diablo and his brothers. The prophecy of the end days is contained within the Herodric tomes I inherited from my ancestor, Jared Cain. It is a warning to those who could interpret it regarding Hell's ultimate invasion of our world, written by many different people throughout history, in many different lands. All known versions of the prophecy are incomplete. I have spent a good part of the past 20 years trying to complete it. I am certain it holds the answers to defeating the Lords of Hell.
Diablo drove Leoric to madness?
Leoric resisted Diablo's attempts to possess him, but the effort left him weak and confused. When his son Albrecht was kidnapped to be a vessel for Diablo, it destroyed any sanity Leoric had left.
And after he became the Skeleton King?
He commanded an army of the dead deep within the cathedral, finally serving the Lord of Terror he had resisted while alive. Many adventurers tried and failed to slay the Skeleton King. It was left to Leoric's eldest son, Aiden, to finally kill the monster his father had become.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard, while he did his crazy research.
What does your uncle seek?
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
What did you learn of your mother?
She wasn't from Tristram originally. She came here during the Troubles. She was in search of something, but I'm not sure what. She reminds me of Uncle Deckard, obsessed with the war between angels and demons.
These dark events tax us. I worry for Hadrig, our blacksmith, most of all. His wife has been injured, and he is tasked with seeing to those who may turn. His family has suffered under this curse before. His grandfather, the Chancellor to King Leoric, was killed when the evil first spread over Tristram 20 years ago.
I don't know, honey.
You're the one who saved Cain. You must help us survive the Skeleton King, too.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
From the east shall come a monarch whose rule begins in blood and ends in bone. In the light of a comet will he die a third and final death at the hands of a chosen woman.
As the shepherd watches over his flock, so shall I care for those who seek to protect us.
Every scholar of demonic law has heard of Deckard Cain. Thanks to you, I got to see him in the flesh. Every scholar of demonic law has heard of Deckard Cain.
What can you tell me about Leah and her uncle, Deckard Cain?
Not too much, I'm afraid. They came here almost a year ago. She split her time between looking after him and helping out the town. He spent his days in the old cathedral, looking for old texts from what I hear. They were inside when that thing hit. She's lucky to be alive.
Alright, I think I've talked to everybody. So, we'll go on the third quest. Check for books one more time.
You know what would take everyone's mind off their troubles? One of Theodos's great comedies.
I've seen one of them. Two men dressed as women screeching at each other and tearing their bodices. Huh, that'd cheer me right up.
Glad to hear it. Rehearsals in 3 hours.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
See, the problem is, they never should have named this place New Tristram. We wouldn't be getting attacked all the time if we were called, no, I don't know, New Wellington, would we?
Was it the Skeleton King meant to be dead? I mean, I know he was dead, but wasn't he supposed to be really dead? He should have the decency to stay dead. Again.
Oh, I love the drunk guy.
Will Leoric's spirit never rest? Why was he cursed so?
Did you know that King Leoric had his own wife executed? Terrible, terrible things happened when he went mad.
Well, duh, he went mad. What would you expect? He was mad.
So this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
And then you would rise as a shambling corpse and find my blade buried in your skull. You still live. Make the best of it.
Or maybe I can bury my blade in your skull right now. You little wussy.
Bless you for saving Deckard Cain. I don't know what Leah would do, what any of us would do if Cain were truly lost.
There's so many people
I have
to
some
talk
new
to.
items that I'm certain you'll
Bananas.
love. Don't touch anything unless you're buying it. I like to keep my inventory clean.
It will excuse me for looking. I'm gonna save that. Rest of my money for a minute. And I'm gonna sell all this stuff taking up room.
Lita spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
What? She was out defending the gates this morning. What is driving that woman?
Oh, to buy back. Darn it, I thought I wanted to repair. I didn't buy it back. Shattered ground. Talk to the blacksmith. Hedrick in. Oh, that's the third quest, which means after I talk to her, I have to quit this one and start anew.
Chelsea, how sweet of you to ask. My people, the Vetchin, are nomads. Always traveling, looking for the land we might settle. All of us have the sight, but few have it as strong as myself. You know, men have always pursued me for my visions. Well, for things other than my visions. But everyone wants to know what the future holds.
My future holds death for those who seek to do this world harm.
Always with the fighting and the battle cries. Can't you stop and enjoy the warmth of a good man?
Maybe you can enjoy the warmth of a good man because they pursue you for your two visions that lie right beneath your eyes.
The world is constantly renewing itself, eternally playing out the same events over and over again. We can merely play our parts.
Must you always speak in riddles?
I speak clearly. Do not blame me for the state of your mind.
Okay, well, since my next quest...
Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to half rations. How are we supposed to fight if we starve?
The rest of the town is down to quarter, including my wife. But you can quit if you want.
You tell him, but I have to say, hasta la posta, people, and I will be back because we are in quest 3, which is going to be a different playthrough, since I said I will do one quest per, I don't know what should we call this, episode. So this is what we look like ending quest 2, act 1. And I will see you in a little bit for Act 1, Quest 3, A Shattered Crown. Sorry for those of you that are watching, but I'm going to call it an end right here. I'm going to start right back up afterwards if you want to find me again. Let's see, on YouTube I am Ruby Kitten, and or Ruby Kitten 813, I'm not sure which one it says on there. And on Facebook you can find me under Ruby Kittens. Okay, I shall see you in a little bit. Hope you have a wonderful night and a perfect evening. Bye-bye, kittens. I hope you still have your mittens.